The older I get, the more I realize that fitness is so much more than having tight abs or fitting into our jeans, although we want that. But true fitness is a lifestyle that affects everything we do, our physical health, our mental health, our home life, and our work life. Hello, and welcome to Living Well with Robin Stoloff, empowering you to live a healthier life. I am so excited for our guest today. She is a rock star in the fitness industry. Welcome, Sara Kooperman, all the way from the Chicago area. Thanks for joining us.
Well, it's great to be here. Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. And I'm just going to read your short bio quickly. CEO of SCW Fitness Education and Water in Motion, a visionary leader that has transformed the fitness education community, a successful business owner and advisor. She is a keynote speaker, published author, webinar host, podcast presenter, and sought after industry trailblazer. Sara has a unique ability to share her passion and devotion toward fitness education through her humor, I know that, enthusiasm, and her effervescent, no-nonsense personality. She serves on the Gold's Gym think tank, is one of the Can Fit Pro advisory panel on the panel, was a founding board member for the Women in Fitness Association, and is a proud inductee into the National Fitness Hall of Fame. So that's all the time we have, folks. Sorry, no. That's amazing, Sara. You've done so much, and I'm just so floored by everything you've achieved, not just in the fitness industry, but as a woman in business. So I like to just wind it back a bit, how you got into this. I know you're a lawyer, but you really didn't practice law. You went right into fitness. So tell us about that.
I knew I wanted to be a professional, so I went to law school. Even during law school, I taught my way through. I paid for my room and board by teaching 3 aerobics classes a week. It was packed. Like I had 50 students, $3 a head, 3 times a week. I was like, oh my God, I think there's something to this. And so that's kind of how it started. And I don't practice law. I mean, I do our contracts with the hotels, and I do review, legislation or things that are going on in the industry. I stay abreast of that because we just have to. But I own a company, and it's been my life work.
And it has been fantastic, and it has grown. And I know it personally because I have been teaching workout classes since my early 20s, 30 some years ago. I'm aging myself right now. Everyone now knows my age, but it's okay. And I have been to your conferences, which were always so great and so much fun, but it took some traveling, and there was, logistics involved in it. And I was so impressed by the way you pivoted last year when the pandemic hit, and really turned it into a virtual conference with no glitches. I just finished another one this past weekend, and it was great. You bring in professionals, experts in the field, and I love it.
I love how you say no glitches.
No glitches, at least from my perspective.
Everything's so smooth, and we're running around like chickens with our heads cut off, and it's like, oh my God, this link broke, and that presenter, we had a presenter not show up. Like,
I did not know that.
We call them, email them, text them, and the person just messed up the days. It was crazy. So,
well, these things happen, but you have plenty of presenters at one time. In fact, I had my iPad and my cell phone open doing a yoga class as I was listening to something else. I was like trying to get all the information I could, because I just think it's so wonderful that you were able to do that. And you actually said something that then really amazed me. You built the platform. There was really no platform for something this big before. How did you do that?
Well, all right. So the pandemic hits in March 19th, Illinois shut down. And so by March 24th, we were doing free webinars. And we do free webinars every Tuesday and Thursday evening at about 5 to 6 o'clock Central Time. So it's 7 East. It's
right. 7 where we are. And I've been on them, just to interrupt, and they're great. They're awesome.
And they're fun. And we started doing it because we thought we were going to be back by Easter. Everybody thought, we're just going to
couple weeks.
What is this? Yeah. Mm-hmm. So what we did was we had to cancel California Mania. It was like last minute we had to cancel. It was crazy. We had to cancel Florida Mania, and we're like, what do we do? How do we service these people? Well, we need to do a live streaming event. And I have to tell you, Sean Sendigen, who's our creative director, is amazing. And Carly Schoenberg, she worked with us for, oh my gosh, it was almost 8 years. They said, well, we're going to do this. We're going to take a subscription service from our product store. We're going to use Zoom. We're going to use plugins from here, plugins from there, WordPress, blah, blah, blah. Let's do it. Let's advertise it. We did it. And then like the next week, I'm talking to them on the phone. They're like talking to each other like, well, I hope we can build this. Well, if we use this, I'm like, we're selling an event that we don't know how to do, because there were no technology company had built a convention platform yet. There were no virtual platforms. So we had to figure it out, and they figured it out. I have this magic creative team. Chris Sendigen is with us. He's incredibly wonderful. Adam Budacavalli is helping us, and our cinematographer, Mike Lieber, is
the video's awesome. Everything you do, your graphics.
They're amazing. And we figured it out. And what I really like what we did is it's very particular to our needs. It has the outline right there. It has the link to the video, so you can go to the live stream right there. It has your evaluation right there. Your CECs are automatically downloaded at the end of the event. Our creative team also, we have like 10 to 12 rooms going on simultaneously. And we have a staff member working each room.
How many people are in your company? Is it a big company? Not really, right?
We're only about 20 people. We've let nobody go throughout the pandemic. Everybody has taken a small hit on their salary. And the goal was, I'm not letting anybody go. That's the goal. I'm not letting anybody go. It's our staff is number one. We begged off everything. We went to the office and reduced our Wi-Fi. We called our landlord, asked them not to raise our rent, because we were on a rent cycle. It was supposed to go up. They said, fine, we won't raise your rent. We called all our hotels and figured out all our contracts for 2021. We're going to do October, Midwest Mania Live, Dallas. We moved from August to November, because that's like our biggest event. We moved it. So we're doing Dallas in November, and we're doing Boston in December. So we had to pivot. We knew how to use Zoom already, because we'd done certifications back in October of 2019. So we had done those in 2019. And we had done a hybrid where we filmed, like Jeff Howard and Abby Apple and Kelly Roberts. We filmed them live, but we also streamed it. So we had live people in the room, and we're streaming it. And then when the pandemic hit, I was talking to Jeff Howard on the phone, and he said, you know, Sarah, I have an iPad. I'll use my iPad as my video. I'll use my computer as my audio. I'll do a little sound machine. Mike Lieber or Sean or Chris or Adam were able to be the back end, making sure that the sound is perfect, the video is perfect, and everybody's checked in, because people didn't know how to use Zoom.
Yeah, we do now.
Oh my gosh,
we sure do now.
We did training videos. It's called a tour video. Take a tour of the conference. It's basically, here you go, sweetheart. Download Zoom for free. Here's how it works. We trained presenters, we trained sponsors, one-on-one hour-long meetings.
No one would realize how much goes into all of this. But I have to tell you, I thought it was a great conference. You may have seen a lot of the problems on your side, but from my perspective, I thought it was wonderful. What did you hear from people? I know you do evaluations at the end.
We just got our evals. We had, I guess it was like from the last conference, over 500 people responded. Out of 500 people, only one person said that they wouldn't return, but they also said they would recommend the convention to others. So we were at like
That's amazing.
99.89%.
That is, you must feel great about that.
Yeah, that net promoter score, it's like it makes your heart leap, because I can't begin to tell you how our staff just pulls together on stuff.
That's amazing. You have a great company and great people, and that's what really makes a company. That really does. And what do you think? I know we talked a lot about this during the conference, about the future of fitness, virtual fitness, as opposed to live kind of conferences, what you'll be doing in the fall.
Well, it's interesting. I do a lot of work with IRSA. I really support the International Health and Racket Sports Association.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on their headlights committee. So we're always looking towards the future. How are we going to professionalize? And I also do a talk show with 3 gentlemen. I'm always the only chick in the room, right? It's sponsored by ABC, but we do this talk show, and all we do is talk about the future. And we were talking, Robin, about this, and we both believe hybrid is really going to work. We're never going away from virtual, but we cannot live there. It's got to be live. And it's not just about fitness. It's about health. It's about wellness. And it's not just about our bodies, although we do want tight abs and a firm butt.
That's what I said. But that's one thing I have to compliment you on as well. Over the years, at least from my perspective, it feels as if it's changed. It's not all, it used to be a million kickbox classes and all these other things. Now it's a lot of mind, body, and, how our physical health affects our mental health, which is obviously so important right now during a pandemic. And I just always, and the older I've gotten, I've changed my view on, it's not mental health, physical health, it's health. It's all one. We are one being. And that's why it's so important to integrate it. And I saw a lot more of that from this conference. Are you making an effort to do that?
I think it's happening naturally. It's always a combination of, when we select presenters, when we select sessions, are we leading them with what we need, or are we following what they supply? So it's always a very strong balance there. It's only been a few times where I've really said, we need a medicine ball workout. We need who's doing this? Nobody's doing this. All right, Sarah, you do it. Okay. We need active aging yoga. What's going on? Who's doing that? Nobody's doing that. Fine, Sarah, get in the chair, sit your butt down and figure out, you used to.
Yeah, well, I took your yoga class, so I should say you still teach as well, which is awesome.
I still teach.
That's good. So you keep your hand in it.
I think it's important. I think if, there's other things we've learned. I actually did the virtual training, the video that companions our online certification, because I'm a student where I take online classes. And as a teacher, you have to think, at times I want to tell my students, make sure you've got a tall stool and a short stool to put your videos on, because when you go down on the ground, you're not going to be able to see me.
Yes.
If your computer or your iPad's on a chair, you're going to need to take a little time, walk over, lower it down. So it's that experience that we need to share, and we really need to also make it accessible.
Yes,
I think
absolutely.
Well,
you inspired me, and people wouldn't realize how much there is to virtual teaching. The lighting and the background, the music has to be royalty free. There's so many things, but you inspired me because it's been a year since I taught my workout class. My gym unfortunately closed for good. So I will be starting virtual classes really soon. So it inspired me to do that, because the thing that I love the most, and I think you feel the same way, is to help people learn to live a healthier, better life. It's just in my heart. I've been doing it my whole life. And whatever way I do it, either talking like this or teaching a workout class, I love doing it. I love trying to inspire people. Another thing I noticed was that you focus a little bit more on the active ager. It's not just all about, young people working out, but, as people are getting older, they're realizing the importance of fitness in their life. And you focus a lot on that as well.
Well, absolutely. We even have a brand new convention that's coming up. It's March 21st and 22nd on Saturday and Sunday this month. It's our first Active Aging Summit. And I was just talking to our creative director, and I was like, I want people to understand that this is not about sitting in a chair and watching a Zoom lecture. So many of our conventions, when we talk about active aging, I get it. We're learning about high blood pressure. We're learning
Sure.
about connective tissue. We're learning about balance. We're learning about nutrition. I get it. It's all important. But how do we move these active agers? This is the fastest growing segment of the population. I'm one of them.
Me too. I am
I'm
too.
62
I
years
hate to
old,
admit it.
and
But
I can, if you ever threw me in a HIIT class, I would throw up. I cannot, I'm sorry, I'm just true believers here. I'm embarrassed I'm sharing this, but I can't do it. Yes, I'm a black diamond skier, but you're not seeing me ever do a burpee. After 3 knee surgeries, I'm not doing a burpee.
yes.
So we're very committed to active agers. How do we do cardio training? How do we do strength training? How do we do balance training? Because people end up at a physical therapist for some injury, and then they leave like a couple weeks later, and who are they dumped on? You and me,
Absolutely.
Robin.
Yep.
We're the lucky
That's it.
winners, and we got to figure this
Yes,
junk out. I
exactly.
was going to say a bad
Do
word.
you find that but not everyone taking your conference is a teacher, right? I mean, they could just be doing it for their own self-knowledge. It's very
Absolutely.
affordable. Really,
I'm
you've kept it affordable.
surprised. I was surprised. We used to just get, at the first virtual training conference, it was almost 100% of the people that attended had been to a mania before. Now, 80% of the attendees have been to a mania before, which means maybe 3 years ago, 4 years ago, maybe just last year. 20%, almost 20% have never been to one of our live conferences. We're not sure why. Maybe geographically they were too far, but I also think
Yes,
people
sometimes.
are entering the industry and there is a greater interest in health and wellness. And we know that fitness is the best immunity builder out there. And with illnesses, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
but COVID is just the first of many.
I totally agree with that. And I think it's people really reevaluated their lifestyle this past year in 2020 and thinking about, how can I live better? How can I live healthier? How can I improve my odds kind of thing? Do you miss being with people?
Absolutely terribly.
Yeah.
And the number one comment that we get in all our evaluations from the live streaming conference and the live streaming asserts is, I can't wait to go back. And when we analyze, I stay up to date on a lot of business progress. That's actually my real love, along with yoga and water exercise. I love our water and motion program. But I watch CNN religiously. And last night they were talking about how China is opening up and how it's gotten so active. And I actually heard the URSA Take 5, and I was so pleased to hear the Chinese are opening up their fitness centers, and they're actually seeing numbers that are higher than pre-pandemic numbers.
Very interesting. Very.
Now,
Yes.
it may be, even though we're March now, people are having that January syndrome, which is, I got to get back. Yes. I got to get back into shape. I've got to make a commitment. I've been watching way too much Netflix.
Yeah.
I got to get off the couch.
Yes, it could be that. Well, we could set our watches to that. Gyms get busy in January, February, and then again right before summer. Always like that. In my entire life, it's been like that. But I hope people come back to the gym. I hope once we all get vaccinated, which we are starting to now, that we can get back to some sort of normalcy, whatever that is now. I'm just so happy that you offer something like this. Someone who might be listening, thinking about either getting into the fitness industry, nutrition, or health, what would you say to them if they wanted to do something like that?
It's the perfect time. It is the perfect time. And I'm going to tell you, there's a lot of instructors that are unemployed because, like you said, Robin, your gym closed. They're embracing new challenges. Your mission of, I'm going to help, I'm going to change the world and make it healthier and in mind and body. Keep strong to that commitment. Try new things. Think about, get certified online. Our certifications are typically what? $250. and
Yeah.
we're doing $99 live streaming. And so many organizations are jumping in on that. And it's
Yes.
get trained, get out there and give it a shot, because
It's a
there's
wonderful career. It's been a big part of my life. It hasn't been my main job, but it's been a part of my life forever. And I've
right.
always, well, I'm so old that I started with tapes, Sarah. Then it was CDs. And every time I had a baby, I came back and they had a new technology. I was like, wait, I still have CDs. And now it's the iPod. And then it was your phone. But they changed, throughout the years. And now, the industry is just ridiculous. It's a huge industry, but it's been great. And, but what has not changed is instructors and people who really love this business to share and to inspire other people. And you are one of the best. You are the best at doing that. And I really appreciate your time and sharing everything with us, and being so candid and open and being so honest about everything. Thank you so much for joining us, Sara Kooperman. And where can people reach you if they'd like to learn more about you?
They can go to scwfit.com, scwfit.com, like Sarah's City Workout. Remember, a
I
million
remember it
years
used to
ago.
be called that, Sarah City Workout. Yes, that's
Yeah.
great. Well, thank you
So,
again for joining us. And thank you for being with me today for Living Well with Robin Stoloff, empowering you to live a healthier life. Please be sure to subscribe, and we'll keep you updated on our latest episode. Until next time, please stay safe and keep living well.